No excuse that you have nothing to show whenever we get to the publication section of your CV. If you are willing to go the extra mile to take your thesis and format it into a manuscript version that might be acceptable by any journal in your field, preprints are now common regardless of your field. So today I'm going to share some of the websites that can accept your preprints. Hello, my people. I know it's been a while, and I'm thankful that I'm back, and hopefully, this time I'm back for good. Today, I want to buttress a point that I made during our last monthly meeting, the grad school preparatory sessions that we've been doing on our website. So, if you are not a subscriber on our website, please do so you can get the details of these meetings and you can get a link to join the next one. Hopefully, we would upload some parts of this meeting online. So, during our previous meeting, one of the points that we made was that there isn't an excuse for you not to have something to show as a publication, quote and unquote. Now, there are different types of publications. There are ones that are peer reviewed. That's the ones you submit to journals and it goes through the normal review process. And there are non-peer reviewed manuscripts that you can actually upload on certain websites, and they will give you, a link that can be used to point to your research by anyone. Okay, we call these links DOI. So you can use this DOI, and it will give you proper citations. People can actually start citing your work, but they would know that this work has not been peer reviewed. And these types of articles are called preprints. Preprints are now common in the scientific world, or regardless of your field. So there are different websites. So today I'm going to share some of the websites that can accept your preprints. Now, for most of you that are applying to grad school, some of you complain that you don't have publications. But if you can think about what you've done in the past, you will understand that maybe you've been involved in one or two projects. For example, those from Africa or where I'm from in Nigeria will probably have gone through a final year project. Now, if you have this, if you have written a thesis before, you can take this thesis. I know it's sometimes like a 100-page document, but you can format this in a manuscript format in your field and upload it on one of these preprint websites that I'm going to share in this video. Now, again, just like for every tip that I share, some will do it, some will not, because this is actually not going to be easy for you to do. So if you are that hardworking type that is willing to go the extra mile to take your thesis and format it into a manuscript version that might be acceptable by any journal in your field, you can do that. You can start today, do that with your thesis, and upload it on one of these preprint websites that I'm going to show you. And then you can take that citation and put it on your CV as some sort of publication. Now, of course, you should note that it's not peer reviewed. So, just looking at the name of the website, people will know that this has not been peer reviewed. But you get proper citation, like a proper link that can take your reviewers to this particular website so that they can see your work, they can see what you've done. Another advantage of putting it online is because it's online, you already have this DOI that I talked about earlier. Because you have this unique link, nobody else can, or normally nobody else should be able to replicate this work because it's already online, and whoever tries to steal your work, you can claim that you did it first, you published this online first. Now, this preprint service is really amazing. It's now popular even, in Western countries, USA, UK. People put their manuscripts on these preprint websites first before they submit it to journals. Because journal reviews can take months, even years sometimes, and before your manuscript gets accepted for publication, someone else may have done something similar or even the same idea and published it. But the fact that you put it online first uh, will tell people that you were the first to do this or discover certain things in your field, whatever you published. So that's another advantage of preprints. But for the purpose of this channel, I know most of you are maybe going to grad school. So an advantage is that your review committee, the admission panel, will be able to see what you have done. So you're not just talking about it now, they can actually click a link which will take them to a website that will contain your work. Now, these are the preprint websites that can accept your work regardless of your field. Now, I'm going to tell you some that can accept generic subjects from any field, but there are some that are field specific. So these are some of the websites. So the first one is bioRxiv. So it's spelled BIORXIV, but it's pronounced bioRxiv. And this particular website is free. So it's usually free of charge. You can upload your writing, whatever documents you have in manuscript format, free of charge. The second one is Chem Archive. So it's spelled CHEMRXIV, Chem Archive. And, just as it sounds from the name, you can imagine that this is just for those in chemistry or chemistry related programs. Okay. So Chem Archive is another not-for-profit preprint server, which I believe is free of charge to anyone who wants to upload their preprint. Now, the next preprint server is MedArchive. MedArchive, MEDRXIV. And as you can imagine, this is for those in the health related fields, medical field, health research, clinical research. And I believe this was launched by Cold Spring Harbor Laboratory, just like the bioRxiv that we talked about earlier. So again, you can use this, and I believe it's free of charge. The next one is preprint.org. Preprint.org. This one is also free, and I believe it was launched by MDPI, which is one of the popular journal publishers or publishers in several fields. So you can also use this to upload your manuscript and get your DOI link and start getting citations. So again, no excuse that you have nothing to show whenever we get to the publication section of your CV. Another one is MetaArchive. MetaArchive was launched in 2017 by the Berkeley Initiative for Transparency in Social Sciences. So for those in the social sciences, this might be a good preprint server to target. Now, another preprint server is what we call Archive. So this is just Archive, ARXIV. Now, Archive is one of the oldest preprint servers, and I think it was launched in 1991 by Cornell University. So it's also not for profit, and they take papers from the fields of physics, maths, computer science, statistics, and other related quantitative disciplines. So if you are in any of these fields, this is somewhere where you can format your thesis or any work that you have in the form of a manuscript and upload that to this website, get your DOI link, and you can put this link with its citation on your CV under publications. But of course, you should be sure to note that this is non-peer reviewed, but the purpose is for your reviewers to be able to access this work. So the last one that I'm going to talk about is called Afric Archive. So this was intentionally created for African scientists to be able to share their work freely without the hindrance of other preprint servers or other publishers. Now, this was launched as a free and fully open resource for African research that spans all scientific fields. So, if you cannot access the other archives, the other preprint servers that we talked about earlier, you should be able to easily access the Afric Archive. And I think this was recently launched about 5 years ago in 2018. And as of right now, it's still free to use uh, for African scientists. There are some other preprint servers, but most of them are now for profit, where you have to pay some fee. And I know that's not going to be very useful to those on this platform. So I'm not going to talk about those ones, but if you have any questions, if you need more resources, I believe the ones I talked about today should be enough. But if you need more, you can get in touch, and maybe I may be able to share some for-profit preprint servers. So again, we meet monthly during the grad school season that runs from August or July to December. So if you are interested, please subscribe to our website, bestmanacademy.com, and we bring in speakers every month to talk about a certain theme of grad school. Now, we will try to post some of these conversations that we have during the meeting online, but I can't promise how soon it's going to be online. So if you want to get the gist live, join us, subscribe to the channel, and join us every month during the grad school application season. And I hope this will be a continuous thing that we'll do on this platform. And also another benefit is that you can actually be there and ask your question live. So why don't you want to be there? So we leave a lot of time for questions. And even if you're not going to ask questions, you can learn from other people that are asking questions. So that's all I have today. Hopefully I'll see you in the next video.